I just watched the first episode of Agatha All Along, and it's not the complete and total mess that I thought it was going to be. It's also not the cool, quirky mystery that WandaVision was. I'm going to assume that you've already seen the first episode of Agatha All Along, Disney Plus, and Marvel's new show. And I assume that's why you're here. So I won't go over a synopsis of the first episode, but there will be spoilers. Welcome to the Smoking Hot Nerds. First of all, it looks fantastic. The cinematography right out of the gate is gorgeous. It's got the true detective vibes that I was hoping for, and the use of longer lenses to create an eerie feel to the backgrounds behind the actors. And I eventually really enjoyed WandaVision because it was so far out of left field before the big reveal, and I feel like this will do the same. Start off in a genre or two, then eventually just become a Marvel movie, but we shall see. And let's just talk a moment about the main character played by Kathryn Hahn and her acting, such as it is. I don't know how you get to this level and make the most basic, boring, and overacted character choices. She's abrasive, overly cynical, and created some weird Midwest or Boston accent or something. It's bizarre to go so over the top that I thought I was watching a popular artsy girl play the main role in a school play. Additionally, there's no lazier an acting choice to help create character than to be eating in the scene, which Kathryn Hahn does a lot in the first episode. She bounces between eating, drinking, and chewing gum, and it was so irritating. I have an issue. I hate mouth noises and I hate watching people chew gum, and for some reason, that's Kathryn Hahn's decision to help let us know that she's cool and doesn't give a f***. It thankfully didn't last through the entire episode, but goodness gracious me. How lazy can you be at this level? Oh, and the interrogation scene. Good lord. I don't even know if there's a word for the overacting that Hahn played out in that cringy scene. It was Kane-level lack of direction and discipline, and unfortunately doesn't get much better from there. And she's in every scene, so buckle up. I just can't deal right now with the level of writing that we're living in nowadays. It's like every writer's room forgets everything they wrote just moments before and carry on their merry way. Aubrey Plaza's character is introduced as if Kathryn Hahn's character hates her guts and promptly asks her to get out of her office. 5 seconds later, Aubrey shows up at her house with a pizza and they have a plucky conversation like two old friends. No direction, no design, just willy-nilly nonsense. Not to mention that the additional writers on this show, Agatha All Along, have almost no writing credits to their name. Surprise. Or their most recent credit was The Acolyte. We have too many writers and too many shows, but that's a conversation for a different episode. Now, in relation to the writing, why not just reveal that the dead Jane Doe is Wanda Maximoff right away? We know it's her, she's dressed like her, it looks like her, so just reveal it's her and get it over with. But instead of that, we need to waste time with a mystery that we've already solved in the first 3 minutes. And again, it's a lazy way to get anywhere in a plot and doesn't give me a lot of hope that there will be a lot of nuance in this show. Also, I was really hoping that the detective drama that was unfolding would last longer than 20 minutes, similar to WandaVision's first few episodes. The look and feel of the entire true detective aspect of the show was compelling, or could have been compelling. It would have given us a chance to spend some time with Agatha in her mind prison and kind of understand her and have feelings around it and to empathize with her a little bit. But instead, 20 minutes into the show, she's told that she's living in her own head, and confusingly and weirdly and probably the strangest way possible is released from her brain jail. And I don't know, it was weird. Aubrey Plaza's character up to this point is just an absolute mess. I'd like to say mystery, but it was very clear from the very start that she existed above the brain jail that Agatha/Agnes was in, and she would be the key to freeing her. But 1 second she's mean and hated, the next second they're best friends, and the next second she's stabbing her in the throat before being nice to her again. It's an absolute mess of character and motivation. I guess I don't really understand at this point why this is even a Marvel show. It's kind of a cool premise, honestly. It has great spooky season vibes, and I think the idea of a witch who forgot she was a witch and has to get her witching on again seems like it could be a standalone series or movie. But then again, if a show isn't based on another show nowadays or an existing character that everyone knows and has meh feelings about, then it doesn't get made. And if I have to watch Agatha All Along in order to understand what happens next in the MCU, then I don't know if I'm strong enough. Well, those are my feelings, such as they are, of the premiere episode of Agatha All Along. Thankfully, the episodes are blessedly short so far, at just over a half hour, so it won't be too much of a slog to watch the next. In the meantime, thank you for visiting, and we'll see you in the next one. And if you're still here, it would mean a lot to like, subscribe, share, all those things. I'm very grateful for you all.